We're now joined by Mary Coogan, President and CEO of Advocates for Children of New Jersey, our longtime colleagues involved in our Reimagined Childcare initiative. Mary, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, let's clarify that you are succeeding an iconic leader in Cecilia Zalkind, who was the leader there at Advocates for Children of New Jersey. And people could check out so many interviews we did with Seal. Congratulations on the new job.
Thank you. Thank you. It's got tough shoes to fill.
Yeah. Tell everyone what Advocates for Children in New Jersey is.
So we are a statewide child advocacy organization. We're a multi-issue. Our mission is to do what we can in terms of improving laws, programming, and policies that will ensure that every child has the ability to grow up safe, healthy, and educated.
And along those lines, while we'll talk about childcare in a moment, the National Kids Count program, the process of determining where our children are when it comes to economic well-being, education, health, and family and community. Where are we in New Jersey, particularly compared to the rest of the country?
So the Annie Casey Foundation, as you indicated, collects data from every state and then within 4 domains ranks the states against each other. So New Jersey has done very well, and we are number 7.
What does that mean? Number 7 across the board?
No. So we are overall number 7, meaning there's only 6 states that are doing better in all 4 domains than us combined. But individually, so for example, in economic well-being, we came in at 29th. And I think that is because there are a significant number of children in New Jersey who are living with a high housing cost burden. There's children who are living in households where parents do not have secure employment, which brings us to the childcare issue, because many people have not been able to maintain their jobs because of a lack of childcare or not having steady childcare that they can afford. In education, New Jersey is doing exceptional. We were rated number 2, but from my perspective, we shouldn't be complacent because 4th graders are not proficient in reading, and 8th graders are not proficient in math, which could be a result of virtual learning during COVID, but something that really needs to be watched. The data is worse.
Mary, hold on. When it comes to education, did the Kids Count analysis take learning loss into account in connection with COVID?
No, they just looked at the test scores. So these are the first test scores that were done after the pandemic. And that's what I'm saying. I think they reflect the learning loss. And again, probably across the nation, but ranking number 2, you don't want to give the impression that everything is great, because there are definitely issues. I mean, we have staffing crises in schools. There's many schools that don't have aides. Many children did not get services that maybe their individual education plan required. You know, kids are suffering in terms of anxiety, mental health issues, you name it. You've read about it, you've reported on it. It exists in New Jersey. It just means we're doing better than other states.
Got it. How about this? Let's talk about this. Interesting, the State Pocket Guide. In the State Pocket Guide, which is an important resource, school breakfast numbers are down. What is this issue and why is it so important, Mary?
So the Pocket Guide is actually, if I can just hold it up a minute, that's our publication. This is AC&J.
So I'm sorry, let's put up the website for AC&J so people can find out more. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay, so we took data. We get funded by the Casey Foundation to gather data from state agencies and departments to provide a snapshot of how children are doing. This year, we decided to just report the most recent data because we're just starting to see data and the impact of COVID. So to your point with school breakfast, there was a huge campaign. AC&J was one of the leaders. Many organizations participated in it, and the idea was to make sure kids were getting breakfast after the bell, meaning in the classroom, so that they were not hungry and were ready to learn, right? So you mentioned school lunch. Certain household income levels determine eligibility for school lunch and school breakfast. But to your point, I think it's 59% of the kids who are getting school lunch are also getting school breakfast, which means there's a huge number of children who are not getting breakfast in the classroom, as was occurring prior to COVID. And that's not a good place to be. Now, it could be a data reporting issue, but we need to
shift gears for a second, Mary. Let's talk about Reimagine Childcare, this initiative we've been involved in for several years, creating greater public awareness around accessible, affordable, quality childcare. Where do you believe we are today, and what progress needs to be made in the next year?
So I want to acknowledge the state investment. I think, and I heard the commissioner, you interviewed the commissioner the other day, and she talked about that. And there's been a great investment. But we are still seeing the childcare prices in large part because of a staffing issue.
That's
so
right.
Minimum wage has gone up gradually in New Jersey. And so childcare centers, small businesses are paying minimum wage, and they are competing against other industries that can pay more. And so where they might be paying $17, $18 an hour, which is higher than minimum wage, somebody could go to a retail establishment and make 20-something dollars an hour. I think they have not been able to keep staff. So people might be switching jobs or leaving jobs. And so this does not provide the stability that families need to put their children into an environment where they know their child's going to be well taken care of on a regular basis. And it disrupts a parent's work situation.
There are a whole range of childcare related issues. We'll continue to talk with Mary Coogan, the relatively new president and CEO of Advocates for Children in New Jersey. Mary, we look forward to those conversations because there's so much work to be done. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
You got it. I'm Steve Adubato. We'll be right back.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare, the Russell Berry Foundation, New Jersey Sharing Network, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Hackensack Meridian Health, Valley Bank, Community Food Bank of New Jersey, NJM Insurance Group, and by PSC. Promotional support provided by NJ.com and by bestofnj.com.
I am alive today thanks to my kidney donor. I am traveling and more active than ever before.
I'm alive today thanks to my heart donor. I'm full of energy and back singing in my church choir.
I'm alive today thanks to my lung donor. I'm breathing easy and I'm enjoying life's precious moments.
There are about 4,000 people in New Jersey waiting for a life-saving transplant.
Donation needs diversity. For more information or to become an organ and tissue donor, visit njsharingnetwork.org.